What's going on, everyone? I'm the Intel, and we've got some more Starfield news to talk about. We'll be discussing things such as infinite repeatable quests, the achievement list, a brand new update, and a couple other things. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Some of the stuff has been out there, and you've been able to find out about it for a couple of weeks. However, I've seen very little coverage of it, so I thought I'd talk about it since there's some interesting stuff that actually got me a little more excited for the game. I don't know how, but it got me more excited. I'm already beyond the levels of excitement I thought I could ever hit. Literally counting the hours at this point. Let's not waste any more time and jump right on it. So the first thing is kind of a public service announcement, and that is if you preloaded Starfield, you need to turn on your Xbox or PC right now and check for an update. This update may have been done automatically if on Xbox and PC. There is settings that does it. However, I recommend just turning it on and giving it a check, because a brand new 15GB update did go live on the 28th of August. So make sure you've got it downloaded so you don't boot the game up on the 1st of September, if you got the premium edition of course. You're trying to play the game and then you have to download 15GB and you get really upset. So make sure you get that downloaded. While we're still on the topic of the new update, there is some patch notes that got leaked. Yeah, I've never seen this before, but patch notes leaked for a game that's not even out. I'm not going to discuss them. There's nothing crazy in there. It's just kind of fixing bugs and glitches. There's some like Series S optimizations and stuff. So it's great to see a big update before launch, making sure we're getting the most stable version, but there's no point discussing each patch note individually. There's literally no reason for that. But while talking about patches, I want to talk about another topic, and that is, could Starfield be the most polished Bethesda game to date? The reason I'm saying this is because if you go on your Xbox, you click on Starfield and click Manage Game and Add-ons, you can actually see that the game's version number is version 1.7. Now, if you kind of know a little bit about game development, usually games will launch on version 1.0, the finished build of the game, the finished version 1.0. However, Starfield launching on 1.7 kind of has led to people speculating. Now, this is all speculation, but with it being 1.7, it kind of suggests that the game was maybe finished, let's say maybe last year. You've got to remember, Starfield did get delayed. It was meant to launch in November of 2022. So maybe the game actually was finished and ready to go in 2022. However, maybe it just wasn't nowhere close to being ready in terms of it was maybe really buggy, maybe it didn't have enough content. And instead, maybe they've delayed it for this long, and being version 1.7 kind of suggests this game might be a really smooth launch. If you've never bought a Bethesda game before, at launch, Bethesda games are always bad, and I mean real bad. Skyrim and Fallout 4 are absolute classics. Love Fallout 4, love Skyrim, love Fallout 3 as well, New Vegas as well. But all these Bethesda games always launch really buggy and broken. For example, Fallout 76 is another example. Bethesda games are always broken at launch, but could Starfield break the wheel and be the first game to launch and not a mess? Well, a mess is a little far, but it'd be strange to play a Bethesda game at launch without the bugs and glitches, because it's kind of like half the experience. I'm kind of curious on how it will launch. But again, all speculation, so I don't want to be wrong. I hope I'm right on this, but I could still be wrong. Anyway, moving on now, we're going to be talking about the Starfield achievements. Now, these have been out there for, I believe, just about 2 weeks now. Ever since the game went gold, these achievements have been out there, but I've not seen much discussion on them, and they reveal some pretty kind of, not important, but some pretty cool details on the game. Now, you can feel free to use the YouTube chapter feature on the timeline, or check the description for exact timestamps to skip ahead if you don't want to hear anything about these. I've checked the full achievement list. There is no spoilers, full-on spoilers. It's just mission names, so don't worry, I'm not even talking about the mission names. I'm talking about free achievements in particular that confirm some cool stuff. But if you don't want to see that or hear about it, just feel free to use the YouTube chapter feature to move on. Anyway, let's discuss those highlights. So there's 3 achievements in particular. Let's start with the first one, which is called Reach for the Stars. You unlock this for hitting level 100. This is probably confirmation, I think, of an infinite level cap, like Skyrim and Fallout 4. In Fallout 3 and New Vegas, and I believe Oblivion as well, not 100% sure on that one, you can only hit a certain level. For example, I believe Fallout 3 is level 30. 3 and New Vegas, I believe, are both level 30. I think DLCs did expand upon it. But Skyrim and Fallout 4, you could go all the way up to level 500 if you so wish. Which is my guess, is since there's an achievement for hitting level 100, I don't think there's going to be brand new skills or perks all the way up to level 100. I think this achievement's more of a congratulations for grinding all the way up to level 100. But that's just speculation, but it's cool to see there's 100 levels and potentially even more. That is really cool. Cool, there's a lot to do. So maybe we can get super overpowered by the time we hit level 100. The next achievement is called Shipping Magnate. This is for connecting 5 outposts with cargo links. Now, I don't think cargo links have been revealed on how they work. My guess is that if you have, let's say, one outpost on a planet, and it's really rich in one material, let's say gold, for example, it's really rich in that, but one outpost, your second outpost on a different planet, deficient in gold, it has no gold. Potentially, my guess is you can make a cargo link between them. So gold goes to that one, and you can maybe create one big item using both your outposts, or speed up production. That is again 100% speculation, because I cannot find too much about what a cargo link is, but that's how I interpret it. I might be wrong, but I think it's interesting that this is a feature. It seems that there might be more in depth for the outpost system than we thought. I thought the outpost system was going to be kind of small, just building little bases and whatnot, but it seems like they're going to be pretty in depth with this cargo link system, so I'm excited to check this out when the game launches. The last one got me really excited though, and that is Fleet Commander. You unlock this achievement for having 10 ships. Now, does this mean we can only have 10 ships? Maybe not, who knows, but it's nice to know at a minimum we can have 10 ships. Even if this is the max number, 10 ships is still a lot, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm even going to have 5, but the fact I can have 10 different ships flying around, I can swap at any time, is a really good thing. It means you can really kind of experiment and make different stuff. I like that. And anyway, those are the 3 highlights. Again, there's way more I could talk about there, but I think those 3 are the most kind of exciting. I think, well, at least to me, I think those 3 are the most exciting, but I'll leave a link in the description so you can go to a website and check out all the achievements. It's a decent achievement list. If you're someone who likes 100% games, it doesn't seem like it'll be too bad of time for you. It seems you'll be able to do it within one playthrough and pretty easily. Our next topic is something that's actually been known about for about a month now, but I've actually seen nothing about it, and I think it could actually be really cool. And we got some elaboration on this from a Bethesda employee actually just about a week ago, so I want to talk about this. And that is called mission boards. Now, let's jump back in time. If you've played Fallout or Skyrim, you likely know about this thing called Radiant Quests. You might have another name for them, but they're called Radiant Quests. These are quests that are endlessly repeatable. For example, clearing bandit camps or going to kill a specific enemy. That's what you do. It's again in Skyrim, you always get these things that are like bounties, and you have to keep on just doing them and doing them. They're endless. The game automatically generates them. Starfield will feature this exact same system. However, it is being completely upgraded with huge improvements that could actually mean like endless content that's genuinely fun. It'll be randomly generated content, but could be actually really fun. An example I'm going to give is from Gamescom. Pete Hines, you might know him, he's been at Bethesda for a while and he's been involved with a lot of these games. He is an executive and he had a Q&A at Gamescom, at the Xbox Gamescom event. And he confirmed that he got a mission from the mission board that gave him a contract to transport 2 people from one planet using his ship to another planet. This sounds amazing. You basically become a space taxi. This sounds fun because it's not just the usual, oh, go there, shoot a guy, you're done. I imagine those missions are still in here, by the way. I assume you can do randomly generated bounties, random planets with bounty outposts and stuff, which sounds cool, by the way. With the randomly generated planets, there could be randomly generated bounty outposts, so that'll be great. But this space taxi thing sounds cool. I wonder if we'll get contracts maybe where you have to smuggle contraband around or just take cargo from one place to another. This stuff is boring. Don't get me wrong, this is going to be boring after a little bit. But for people who like to roleplay or just like having endless content to dive into or just always having something to do, this sounds amazing because you can really just do something. If you ever just want to boot up Starfield and fly around, this gives you something to just do. I really like the sound of this. I hope there's way more variety here. I hope there's tons like bounties, contracts, smuggling, space taxis, and just way more. But this, honestly, I saw this and I was surprised more people weren't talking about it because to me, this has genuinely got me way more excited. The fact I can be a space taxi sounds amazing. And anyway, that is it for this video. I think there's a lot of positive stuff that's, again, got me somehow more hyped than I thought I could be for this game. Anyway, and I want to say something, and I could talk about a lot more and make more videos if I included leaks. However, I've decided against that because in my opinion, I'm fine with leaks for games if they're like months away. However, the fact we're just a couple days from launch means I don't think it's worth talking about leaks. It can kind of ruin some surprises and could just ruin your first time experience with the game. Which is why I'm only discussing stuff that Bethesda have decided to share with us or, small stuff like achievement lists which don't have anything. That's just my opinion and that's why I'm not really talking about the leaks and stuff. I know there's leaked footage out there, but I'd rather just wait till I get my hands on the game because one, I don't want to spoil myself and I don't want to spoil you guys. Because I'd rather just go in firsthand and experience everything myself instead of already have seen it. But that's just my opinion on the matter. Anyway, I have been the Intel, and thank you for watching, and have a lovely day.